Hey there, thinkers! Welcome back to Critical Hit. My name is Est, and I have to say, it's been quite the train wreck watching the latest Doctor Who crash and burn in the ratings. It's gotten so bad that even the show's higher-ups can't even keep a straight face about it anymore. Like, trust me, they'd love to pretend otherwise. Certainly, they've given their best shot. However, from the start, their mission was to gaslight us all into believing everything was just peachy, and that the new woke Doctor Who was a smashing hit. But now, their ratings are so abysmal, they can't even keep up the charade. So, let's get into this, shall we? Now, according to Bounding into the Comics, the headline bluntly states, for the second time this season, that's twice in one season, Doctor Who posts the worst overnight numbers in the franchise's history. Who knew tanking in the ratings could be so impressive? And really, if you thought a bit of dancing wouldn't stir up the drama, maybe you should have done a bit more homework onto this fabulous gay era. Well, believe it or not, it's happened not once, but twice. And you know what they say, third time is the charm, right? Well, Doctor Who is hitting real new lows lately, and I keep harping on this every Doctor Who video I make. The show's pedigree makes it a current nosedive, reminiscent to, Disney's Star Wars? Not exactly shocking, giving Disney's meddling in Doctor Who. They're batting 1,000 when it comes to ruining beloved franchises. But hey, I'm here for it. Another trophy for Disney's case of shattered dreams. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion with Doctor Who. The once mighty series known for its innovation and storytelling powers, it's now a shadow of its former self. It's as if every decision made lately is aimed at hitting rock bottom faster than the last. And now with Disney in the mix, it's no wonder. They seem to have a knack for turning gold into lead, and Doctor Who is their latest victim. But hey, you know what they say about watching a disaster unfold? It's hard to look away, especially when it's happening to something you once loved. Alright, buckle up for this article from Bounding into the Comics. However, before we dive in, if you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button? It's not like Doctor Who's ratings, well, nobody seems to want to stick around for those anyways. The last episode has decided to grace us with the absolute worst overnight viewership numbers in the history of the series. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, they managed to top themselves for a second time this season. It's like they're competing with themselves to see how low they can go. Oh, get ready for us to outdo ourselves in the realm of disappointment, as if RussellTDavies had meticulously planned the entire debacle from start to finish. Ratings? Well, that ship has sailed, my friends. It's all about peddling a political agenda now, and Davies isn't the least bit shy about it. He's made it abundantly clear that pushing out superficial representation takes precedence over bothering with anything of actual substance, like a decent story or compelling characters. It's almost as if Davies sees Doctor Who not as a beloved sci-fi institution, but as a mere vessel for his ideological crusade. Consequences be damned. From the moment that Ncuti Gatwa was announced as the next Doctor Who, they didn't just hint at their agenda, they shouted it from the rooftops. And their grand plan was to transform Doctor Who into nothing short of a leftist paradise, proudly labeling it as a leftist haven. It's clear that they've been unwavering in their commitment to this vision since day one. And now, as the dust settles, it's no shocker that their bold stance has come with consequences. A staggering loss of 2 million viewers from the previous Doctor Who iteration. But hey, credit where credit is due. Say what you will, they're sticking to their guns. Consequences be damned. So hold on to your panties. The latest catastrophe in Doctor Who's rating saga has been dutifully chronicled by BARB, the UK's favorite number cruncher for all things TV. And of course, Doctor Who TV, always ready to deliver the bitter pill, eagerly shared the dismal news. The 17th installment of the season, charmingly titled The Legend of Ruby Sunday, seriously, who comes up with these, stumbled out of the gate with a paltry 2.02 million viewers in its first 24 hours after the lackluster June 15th premiere. These less than stellar numbers not only marked a new low for the season, but also fall short of the cringeworthy 20,000 viewers compared to the series' previously watched episode. Well, color me shocked. I honestly can't believe this hasn't nosedived below 2 million. I mean, come on. We're talking about a show that used to pull in massive overnight numbers, and now it's struggling to keep its head above water week after week. They used to boast about 4 million viewers like it was nothing. But now, they're playing hide and seek with the stats, trying to save face with investors and stakeholders. It's a classic case of spin doctoring meets rating disaster. So when we really dig into the nitty-gritty and start taking an oh-so-enlightening comparisons, things start looking pretty grim. It's like they're trying to justify RussellTDavies' grand plan for their vision of Doctor Who, which seems to be sinking faster than the Titanic. Just take a peek at the numbers. Episode 1, Space Babies, hits a stellar 2.6 million overnight, because who doesn't love a story about intergalactic toddlers? Episode 2, The Devil's Cord, manages a whopping 2.2 million, proving that even the devil himself can't save sinking ratings. And then there's Boom, which barely makes a splash at the thrilling 2.04 million, leaving fans wondering if anyone's actually watching. 73 Yards shoots up to an impressive 2.62 million. But hey, the football must be more interesting than the latest Time Lord escapades. Dot the Bubble keeps a steady 2.12 million, proving that even the vast expanse of space, some things just don't change. And Rogue holding a strong 2.11 as the viewers continue to wonder if anyone at the BBC is awake at the helm. And finally, The Legend of Ruby Sunday rounds it out to a modest 2.02 million. Because who doesn't love a good legend about a gemstone-fueled brunch? Honestly, I'm actually shocked that it's not dipping below 2 million. Then again, maybe everyone's just waiting for the real Doctor to come back and save the day. Well, I thought for sure that it would have nosedived even further, considering the epic crash that it had at the beginning. However, it has hit rock bottom, and now everyone's just sticking around to witness a train wreck. It looks like the audience did take Shudigatwa's advice and decided not to tune in. Clearly, interest has flattened. Doctor Who has lost its mojo. It's mind-boggling that half the original audience has completely bailed on them, echoing the nosedive from the latest season. Losing half your viewers every season? That's like some impressive downward spiral. And like, what's next for this sinking ship? It's anyone's guess. Oh, and by the way, these overnight numbers are a new low for the entire franchise. Previously, this lackluster record belonged to the forgettable Boom, which managed to outdo both its predecessors, The Devil's Cord and the 2022 Easter special, The Legend of the Sea Devils, which barely scraped a 2.2 million viewership at their premieres. Now, one can't help but wonder if the recent plummet of ratings will burst Davies' bubble of optimism for the show's current performance. In a recent chat with UK's Radio Times, Davies shrugged off the dismal numbers, saying, "Hey, I'm not proud of it. They may not be the ratings we dream of, but we're inching upwards over a 28-day stretch." He threw a nod to episode 1, which is Space Babies, now clocking over 5.6 million views and counting. Slow and steady, I suppose. Well, isn't this just great? They keep moving the goalpost, stretching the timeline like it's some sort of yoga instructor on a mission. Why? Because the longer they drag this out, the more that they can sugarcoat these dismal overnight numbers. They'd rather spin the tale of viewership trends for nearly over a month. I mean, like, how delightful. Overnight success metrics now last almost as long as a lunar cycle. I mean, bravo. It's a desperate attempt to mask the fact that this show is moving quickly towards the dumpster fire that is television history. Anyone with a remote grasp of TV knows that this show is a colossal flop, especially when stacked against its former glory. It's basically a dumpster fire of uninspired concepts and dubious philosophies. They made their bed, and now they're stuck laying in it. Supporters jumped on the RussellTDavies bandwagon, hyping his brilliant and daring choices of Doctor Who, but guess what? The audience has spoken loud and clear. They're not buying what's been sold. Tough break. However, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, before you go, subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. As always, this is Est, and I'm signing off now. So I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!